How do you clean and maintain your Pico grinder from Marzocco? Well, I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple and easy. You're gonna need a brush, a vacuum, and that's about it. So before you start with any grinder, including the Pico, is you need to turn off the power. We don't want you to be munching your fingers or having any issues inside a grinder, so make sure you turn off your grinder, unplug it, and with the Pico you can actually remove the bottom plug out of here pretty easily. There we go. Whoop, don't lose your lid. And that way we know we're 100% safe because we've taken the plug out. Next thing is to remove the lid and your little catch tray from here as well. Wash them in warm soapy water, but don't put them through the dishwasher. Ideally, before you turned it off, you could have ground through as many beans as you could, just so we didn't have to deal with them. And that makes it a lot easier when we're trying to maintain our hopper. We can open the hopper, give it a twist, and essentially these little fins are stopping the beans from falling out. And again, we want to give this a bit of a brush down to start, get rid of all the fine particles. We can give that a wash with warm soapy water. Again, do not put it through the dishwasher. When it's 100% dry, we'll be able to reinstall it later. Now, depending on how many beans you've ground through here, you may find a few beans on top like this. If you were trying to put your hopper back on now, those beans can get caught up, so it can be a bit of an issue. So make sure if you ever do take your hopper off, that you get rid of those beans first. I'm gonna suck them up with a vacuum. Yep, they're all gone. So when you turn your vacuum on again, get a brush and give a bit of a scrub. Get all those loose particles from around the edges. Now we want to take out the bottom Burr set. It's pretty easy. We're going to keep rotating as coarse as we can, and that Burr set will fall out with this indicator on the bottom here. So just keep rotating coarse. So I've wound that all the way coarse, and it feels like it doesn't want to go anywhere, but you do just need to give it a little bit of a pull. And it will come out. Here we go. Here we go, it's coming. Oh, there we go. So it does come out. It's a bit tougher than you think. So maybe you need to give this a bit of a clean a little more often just to maintain any of that stickiness that's in there. So now it's time to give this a clean up. I'm going to start with a vacuum first. So now I'm going to use this end of the brush to get in around this Burr set. It seems to be where the grinds are falling through from the bottom here and through here that needs that little bit of attention. So I really want to fix that and get it all clean, because if you look closely, a couple of these little chutes are open, the other ones are blocked up, and that's what we don't want having all blocked up, because that's going to reduce the grind flow straight through. There you go, that's what it looks like on the other side. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections open, and at least 2.5, maybe 3 of those is blocked up at the moment. Get those all cleaned up. There you go. It's amazing how much grind was in those individual chutes. Now I'm just going to give it a brush and a vacuum and get rid of all of that excess grind. These brushes are really handy. They're just our barista brushes. We find that's really good for sweeping coffee off a bench, but if you need to get anywhere, you know, like poke around a little bit, this end is really good. It allows you access to inside grinder chambers, things like that. So jump on our online store and grab yourself one of these brushes. So now I'm going to give a bit of a brush in underneath where the bottom of the top Burr set actually is, and just get those grinds to fall down again. It's amazing how much grind's actually caught up in there. Down from the top again as well. Just give it a good brush and a final little vacuum. I can just see there's a little bit of extra build up on the outside. Just going to give it a cloth wipe around the outside here, just to get rid of that. A little bit of coffee oils. I'm not trying to remove any grease or anything that might be in that system, but just, yeah, give it a bit of a clean up. And that is so much better. Look at that. You can see all the way through now. They're all open, and that grind is going to fall beautifully into the portafilter handle, as it always does. Like, that's the one thing that the Pico does beautifully. You just see that grind come down nice through this chute. So perhaps if your grinder is starting to play up and it's not falling really nice, you definitely need to give it a clean. So now all we've got to do is put it back together. So to realign this, I'm sure once you've been cleaning it, you might have made an adjustment. But what you need to do is find the 0 on here, this one of these lugs here, it doesn't matter which one of these three, but line it up perfectly with the 0. Inside here you can see that the Burr Set is lined up with one of those shafts. So if we do the bottom set, this lug here, you'll see it's reversed on the top as well. So now we're just using this little knocker point as our calibration point. And if this is at the top, the circle 0 is at the top as well, we should just be able to line that all up. It will just slide perfectly in place. Then we just need to start to go finer on the grind. You'll hear the ratchet start, and essentially you can go all the way to the 0 point on the grinder where the two teeth start to actually, the bottom Burr Set and the top set actually start to lock on, which is there. That's the 0 point. Now we'd never try and grind now because it's so fine, those burrs are actually locked together. So I recommend coming back at least to say 12, well, let's go 13. We run some grind through and then we dial in and go finer. So straighten up your grinder, pop in your catch tray, pop on your hopper, close the lock, pop your lid on, and you're ready to go. So there you go, pop the power in, turn it back on, and then you've just got to redial back in your coffee. I always recommend starting with a coarser grind and then chasing towards a fine grind, because if you're too fine, you can block up those Burr Sets with a bean, and then you're gonna have to clean it all again. Anyway, I hope that's helped you clean your Pico grinder. It's definitely a video that we're glad we have done because it is a little bit tricky just getting it all realigned, but the cleaning and maintenance of this grinder is going to make sure you get that beautiful fluffy grind that you expect from the Pico grinder. Anyway, any questions, pop them down below. Happy to help out. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.